Welcome back, everybody, to A&M Reviews. It's Muhammad and Adrian, and we're here to review the Disney Plus original film, Luca. So this is set in a beautiful seaside town on the Italian Riviera. The original animated feature is a coming-of-age story about one young boy experiencing an unforgettable summer filled with gelato, pasta, and endless scooter rides. Luca shares these adventures with his newfound best friend, but all the fun is threatened by a deeply held secret. He is a sea monster from another world just below the water's surface. But what did you get from Luca?
So Luca was it was a really cute story, and I did enjoy watching it. I think it is definitely more on the elementary side of Disney films lately. There's anything too deep you need to look for or find in this one, but yeah, it was a nice story. It was very cartoony. We don't get this animation style usually from Disney and Pixar. Usually it's more realistic. This one almost had more of that Nickelodeon vibe, like, you know, the oversized hands and faces and things. But very nice story, and we get to see a little bit of a different world. It's a little bit of imagination is used here because we have Luca and Alberto who venture out and into the world, into this what I don't know if they call it Italy in the film, but it looks like it's modeled after Italy, and lots of themes in there. But they are, plot twist, sea creatures. If you haven't got that from the promos or anything, they don't call them. There's no one that says mermaids or anything like that. But the people of the Italian island refer them as sea monsters. But they look like an interpretation of a mermaid or some kind of a underwater being, right? And they just naturally turn into human-like beings when they are dry and out of the water. And so that is how this all begins. But even with that magical element to it, it still feels like it's a story about a country boy, grew up on a farm and out in the countryside in Italy, and is now venturing off to the city. He wants to learn all these new things. So it's interesting how it's just a basic story that I'm sure has been written before, but with the twist of this sea monster thing.
Yeah, I guess if you want to call that a twist, I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty much revealed from the start. But right. You've seen this kind of story before. I found this one pretty boring.
Okay,
that's
I'm not surprised.
I was like, wow, I'm just really waiting for the story to start going, and it goes, but it never reaches a high. It's not a very low either.
No, I mean, when the whole point of this thing is to get to a bike race, it's pretty low stakes.
Yeah, it's fine. For me, I probably wouldn't watch this again. It's fine. It's not really that great.
I'd agree. It is fine. And like I said, it's definitely more on the elementary side. A kid's movie through and through. There's nothing deep, nothing hidden meanings. The real villain in this is just an adult in a kid's race. And that's as crazy as it gets.
Yeah, I just looked at him and was like, wait a minute, he's definitely older than what they're saying.
But that's how TV used to be. Remember the Power Rangers, where you had these teenagers in high school fighting these old people. It's just like it reminds me of old cartoon stuff. Clearly, this guy is an adult. He's too old to be hanging out with these kids, but people allow it. And they bring it up one time. They're like, "Aren't you like old?" And he's like, "No, fine. I won't do this race." But essentially, Luca, he is like a farm boy in the ocean, and we have Maya Rudolph in this as well, his mother, and he wants to go to the surface. He's nervous about it. He's curious, having a little mermaid Ariel moment, wants to be a part of that world, and he sneaks out. once to the land. And he finds Alberto, who lives up there, who's also a sea creature, but just collects things in his treehouse and has dreams about buying a Vespa. And shenanigans ensue, and these two boys go off into the mainland in pursuit of a Vespa. And their way of doing that is by joining a bike race to win the funds to do that. And along with, they meet their friend Julia, who wants to do the race with them.
That's the story.
That is pretty much the story. I mean, without you like, oh no, he gets wet. Are they going to see it? I don't know. He has a whole tail that no one notices, except the cat. Can't talk. Yeah, that's, I mean, the race is hard, but they do it. Yeah, we're not doing the story justice. I mean, the parents come out of the water at some point to go and find Luca, and this whole soccer thing that's goofy. It's
nothing goes on in this movie. Come on now, there's nothing going on in this movie.
It's not anything high stakes. It's very cute. It's like a cartoon book. It's like a book, a little picture book.
The pop-up book.
Yeah, a pop-up book. It's that elementary. But I feel like a kid could understand this movie perfectly. There is nothing deep here. There is nothing lost. Straight up bike race sea monsters. We're okay with that.
Thanks for watching. And if you would like to be featured on our podcast, make sure to click the link in the description.